Hey, this video is about Tupac and Biggie, and something also having to do with the song "Eat 'Em Up." I've watched a lot of videos and read some things, and I feel like a lot of times people miss some of these things about the whole Tupac and Biggie situation. It happened more than 20 years ago, but a lot of what led to the beef with Notorious B.I.G. had to do with the rape charge with Tupac. He was filming a movie Above the Rim in New York, and of course was staying at hotels and stuff. Had a lot of people that he met while in New York with him. But from what I understand, the day that he was arrested for the rape charge, there were guns in the hotel room that he was staying in. And those guns belonged to Biggie and his crew. And when he was arrested, because according to the story, the people that actually assaulted the lady were not Tupac himself. So there were two other guys that were actually the one that assaulted the lady. But the reason why his own case was a little more difficult was because of the guns. Because those guys were able to say the guns did not belong to them. And if you are in Tupac's hotel room and the guns didn't belong to you, and Tupac wasn't saying who the gun belonged to, they would say, well, you have to be responsible for the guns. And because of that, the other two defendants, of course, I believe that there was a little bit of corruption going on there, were able to separate their cases from Tupac's case. And all the while, you have to say, okay, Tupac had these guns that belonged to Biggie and his crew. He never said a word, so he covered for them. And that's one of the things that he felt, that he did things for Biggie without really seeing credit. You know what I'm saying? Because if you had told them that these guns belong to Biggie, yeah, you may end up in trouble. You may not be able to, do as well as he did with his first album, because that was before his first album. And the other thing I wanted to talk about is the "Eat 'Em Up" song. So during all the time when I've been studying all these things, I found out that Faith Evans, when he was recording music with Tupac, she saw that Tupac was remaking the song. The "Eat 'Em Up" song, he was already recording it. And she decided to tell Biggie and his crew about the song. And Biggie and his crew went and made the "Get Money" remix, which used the same beat and sample as the "Eat 'Em Up" song. And Tupac had to change the song a little bit, and I think made it a little more maybe hardcore or more explosive. And initially there was no talk about Faith Evans on the song, but because of that whole situation where Faith told about the song, she was brought into the situation. So that's something I wanted people to know, because if you have to think about Tupac covering for Biggie, the gun charges and everything that made it to where he had a worse deal in the rape case because of Biggie's guns, as in the other two folks that were involved in that rape charge that actually assaulted the lady, because the lady was sort of like Tupac's girlfriend, you know, if you want to look at it that way, because they've been together before then. So it wasn't like they had a one night stand or anything like that. They met together maybe a couple of times before that incident. Those two other guys never went to jail. Only Tupac went to jail. And one of the biggest reasons why he had to go to jail, and those two didn't, is because of the guns. So, you know, you feel like he did all these things, and then he gets shot up, and he felt also that he didn't get some of the, you know, recognition and respect that he felt he deserved. So that's one of the things. But at the end of the day, I believe that anytime you have two high-profile black men, women, successful, fighting, I think people should, you know, try to make these things go away, because all it does is drag us down. So that's all I have for today. Thank you guys.